ended up finding herbs in the produce department at Walmart. So I've been updating you that I've been buying these herbs from the produce and trying to root them. So I thought I picked up a rosemary and I picked up a mint. But let me show you a couple of things. So I'm just going to flip this. It's on the kitchen area. But this is a beautiful mint plant that I got for $2.38 or something like that at Walmart. Okay, this is the mint. Now it seems to be doing fine. I clipped off a leaf this morning, a little sprig to give to the finches. And I'm going to share something about the bird seed also. So now at the same time, check this out. Over here, I am trying to root mint. And guess what? Look at the roots. It's coming beautifully, beautifully. That is a mint from a mint that I bought in the little clamshell, in the store. And before I put it in the fridge when I got home, I put it in here. I have 2 basil leaves in here. And those particular leaves I don't think are yet rooting. These are not yet rooting. Looks like they're getting ready maybe to. But the basil plant that I had bought the leaves and rooted them in the water is doing up beautifully so far. So, and look, I still have petunias. I need to make sure I get them out of the window at night or they will get really cold. And the purple prince is really growing tall. Look, I mean, it's just a couple more feet. It's at the ceiling. So I've got to clip that and probably just root that and put it in a water. Now, the orchid, I might as well just give you an update here. The orchid here, look, it has all these shoots coming out, and but it's pretty much dormant. All of these are now dormant. This is the beautiful, beautiful plant where we had like over a dozen blooms on it. So that's what I wanted to share with you with the plants. Now, we're going to go over to our little birds this morning. Good morning. Almost afternoon. And I'm just going to talk to you about their bird seed for a minute. Okay. So I'll just kind of update you on them for those of you who kind of missed it. This dish was full of bird seed and they were sitting in it. Okay, they were sitting in it. And then they were taking their bath and it was full of seed. And it's not sanitary, right, for them to sit in the bird seed and eat it. And they do that instinctively, apparently. It's a behavior finches have. So I did a couple things. I put a couple little bowls, 2 of them. There's one in the back too, for each of them so they're not getting really territorial. And I put this, I bought this little strawberry seed for them to munch on. Okay. And then they've got their millet in the back and on the floor, because they say to put it on the floor, there's their little veggies. Today it's broccoli, pear, spinach, and banana so far. And so then they get their herbs up here. Now, the reason I'm pointing all of that out is take a look at this bag of birdseed, okay? So this birdseed has no box, and this is the seed I got where I bought them. So this is the seed they were eating, but it has no box telling me really what's in here. It's probably not too different from the, I'm just going to flip this for a minute, from this bird seed that I started to buy and I was changing them over to use these two types of bird seed. So this is the thing. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, these two types of bird seeds. This bird seed, I've been watching very carefully. It's for parakeets and finches. You see the finch name is very small. The finches do not like this. I've been watching them very carefully, and they don't like it. So maybe because they didn't start out with it. It's the brand is Wild Harvest. Doesn't mean it's a bad brand. It just means the finches are not eating it. So, okay, this bird seed that I've been buying like this from the store, I finally got the nerve to ask this morning, what is this? I really do want to know what the brand is, because I want to try to get them something close to it, so I have the freedom to be able to buy this at other places if I need to. If I'm not in the vicinity and I need to get these birds seed, because only having one place to buy the seed and not even knowing the brand is not good. That's not a good plan. It's not a good idea at all. So I realize they're not going to eat this, and I'll continue to try. But when you give when you change the bird seed, it's on the back here on how to do it. And basically, it's day 1 to 4, do 1 part to 3 parts. In other words, continue to give them 3/4 of the seed for this, and just give them a little bit. And that's for 4 days. And then this is how long it takes for the finches to change their seed, to get used to it. 5 to 10 days. Then you can do 50% of the new seed and 50% of the old. 11 to 15 days. I'm telling you, it's 2 weeks. 3 parts to 1 part, and then you can go to full. So that's why it's important. I was thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, I'm switching them over, but they're not liking this. So it made me feel like I really do need to know what this is. What is the brand and this and that. So I was able to get the information after a little bit. They did share that with me. And maybe it's not even available to me in the quantity I want. Maybe this is only available in wholesales to stores that are buying a bunch of it. So if that's so, it's really important. Now, because that's going to lead me on a path to be able to get a brand that I can get my hands on that is affordable for me, and have some variation. So I want them to get used to some different seeds. And so this is why partly, here, I'll put this over here, why I got that. You see little Umi is in her herb dish, and she's getting a sprig. She's working really hard on that right now. And right next to that, I have a strawberry seed crunch stick there. It's full of seeds. So that is kind of my idea. And then in the corner of the cage, I have 2 or 3 sprigs of millet. So and then of course they have the broccoli. But so what I'm saying is they eat 50% of seed, so the 50% of food, and actually I've got to say something too. So I talked with them about this today. I found this really interesting. the finches eat 50% of food. So the reason I'm emphasizing this is when they are in a bird store for a year or 2 years, I'm not saying they're not getting food. They're totally getting their seeds. They are getting their seeds. But what they might not be getting is a variety of fresh veggies and fruit. Now you figure when they're out in the wild, and one of the ladies down there today, we were talking about this, when they're in the wild, they can forage, they forage on veggies and fruits and trees and shrubs and berries. They get to do that when they're out in the wild. So when they're in captivity, even though this breed has never seen the wild, like there is no breed of the society finch or the Bengalese finch that sees the wild, it is still in their genes. It's still in their DNA. So when they don't get the variety of the veggies and fresh fruits in the store, and they're only getting seeds, that is, to me, that is super important, because I have read that they'll eat, and I've watched them carefully. I have watched them. They're right here next to me when I work on my artwork, and I'm watching them, and they're eating, mostly what they're eating is fresh foods. They're going for the veggies and the fruits way more than they're going for the seed. And this seed, they don't even care for. So anyway, I wanted to share that, because when you get your finches, you buy your finches, you believe, well, okay, they're giving me the seed, they're telling me what they're eating, I'm all set, I can bring them home, give them their seed. So there's just a lot of little bits of information that I've learned along the way with these beautiful little birds. And that's one of them, is that they love their fresh veggies and fruits. So that is why I am on the mission to do all I can do is to get herbs. And I'm not a green thumb person. And I meant to, I'll just put this back on here. I meant to pick up rosemary when I picked up this. It said rosemary, like on the label. And then when I got it home, the label on the actual pot said mint. So this is mint, but I have, guess what? This mint is rooting, and I will be planting that very shortly. And it's okay that I have a few plants of each. And the basil so far is doing well. So I'll be happy when I see that actually growing and, really to the point where I can pick off parts of it. So I just wanted to get on here this morning. I know I haven't been out and about, but I've had a schedule that hasn't really let me do that to the point that I like to do that. So with that, I do have some really super interesting articles on wildlife to share with you, but I just wanted to get on here and share with you. And the other thing about these little ones, if you have two finches, they definitely need two water dishes. They need one for their bath and one for that they drink the water out of. And the other thing is, it says change them once a day. It's 2-3 times a day, easily 2-3 times a day. Just to let you know, if you're getting finches, and you want them, to be nice and clean and comfortable. It's like I changed the water this morning, and it is noon. So I'm changing the water again. It needs to be changed. And then I'll change it again at about 4 o'clock when they get their afternoon snack. They're just like little babies. They are. So anyway, with that, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one.